Speaking of running backs, my last segment for today is Alvin Kamara is apparently on trade block, according to the Saints. Now, full disclaimer, Alvin and his agent both said they did not request a trade. So this is something entirely within the Saints organization. Mark, I'd like your take on that.
Yeah, I think that it's obviously a power move from Alvin Kamara. Sorry, not obvious. It's just apparent to me that it must be a power move, that he wants a contract the team isn't willing to give him. And then it's just going to be this, seesaw of, well, if you're not going to play for it, because, he hasn't shown up to training this week. So it's like, if you're not showing up to training, yeah, sure, you're not powerful enough that we can't trade you. Whereas he's like, I'm only playing if I get this contract. He's earning $2.37 million this year. And I don't blame him for wanting the contract. We know there's a monster list of running backs that are going to be free agents next year. Dalvin Cook hasn't gotten it done. Aaron Jones didn't get his contract this year. Philip Lindsay, Marlon Mack, the Cardinals franchise tagged Kenyon Drake this year, and Todd Gurley will be there. Like, he needs to get a contract now because no one wants to be facing into that free agency. The position is already getting devalued off the likes of David Johnson and Gurley's and Le'Veon Bell's contract. So why would another one of these stars that once upon a time would have wanted to be setting it because he is a pass catcher or whatever? His numbers haven't really. He seemed a bit different last year, and maybe it's coming from that he wasn't utilized the same way. Like, he still was getting roughly, in the same ballpark of carries and catches and stuff like that. But the big number that stood out to me was he had 14 touchdowns in 2018 and only 5 last year. So they weren't putting him in the positions to be the star player, to build his star, to get paid. It's the fan favorites are the ones that get those big contracts. And when you're getting touchdowns, you become a fan favorite. So I can certainly understand why he wants to do it. And the Saints are too big of an organization, and they know where the running back position is, that they're only going to pay their number, and he's gonna have to take it. And I think that's how it's going to play out.
It's interesting that Mark brought up, the idea of Alvin Kamara getting this done before all the other running backs hit the market next year. And I feel like that might be where the situation leads to, because this whole Saints thing just suddenly blew up out of nowhere. Because a couple weeks ago, somebody asked Kamara down in New Orleans training camp, hey, would you consider holding out to get a new contract because you're on the final year of your rookie deal? And he said, no, I wouldn't do that. And then this week comes around, and it was early Monday when somebody reported that, hey, Kamara hasn't been at practice for like 3 straight practices, and they're unexcused, and nobody really knows what's going on. So everybody immediately jumped on, oh, he's holding out. That's what this is about. He wants a new contract. And then Josina Anderson dropped the bombshell on Twitter. Oh, yeah, the Saints are open to trading Kamara. And Kamara and his agent said, no, this is the first we're hearing of this. We did not ask or demand anything. We were under the impression of, we thought we were still negotiating a long-term deal. And that's the key, thing that I really want to focus on, is that's how you burn a bridge for a player, is that they lose trust in an organization. Because that's kind of similarly, if you remember, how the Jamal Adams thing started, is that some trade rumors got back to him that the Jets might be interested in getting rid of him, and that's how that whole thing started, and it ended up with him going to the Seahawks. And I feel like that could eventually end up with Kamara. I don't think they're going to trade him. I'm going to be upfront about that. There's no way a team that's aiming to win a Super Bowl right now, if an aging quarterback, is going to get rid of a guy like Kamara that can help that aging quarterback. I think that he plays the season out, but I feel like it is something to watch going forward, that I think this could seriously be Kamara's last year in New Orleans.
Yeah, to your point, Hayden, I was going to say there's been many times where a player's been on, quote-unquote trade block, and it's just blown over. And I don't think the Saints have a solid replacement for Kamara. I can't even think about who their two-back is, but think about it. If I don't know who the two-back is, they probably don't have a good replacement for him. And you're right. This is a team that wants to go all the way. So why would a team who has spent the entire offseason until now practicing with him, told their entire team that they've been on the impression that he's going to be the starting running back, if they're looking for a championship, and they are, especially with, like you said, Breeze and his age, I'm with you, man. I think that they go ahead and they run with Kamara.
They do have just because you mentioned there, you don't know who their backup was. It's actually Latavius Murray, who has filled in before for the Vikings. And
Latavius, let's go.
Right, so
it's
I
take notes before I go on a show.
But you know what? It's not the best position for Kamara to be in, because Latavius Murray will certainly fill in for him. You don't want it if you're a Saints fan for the whole season, but it puts Kamara's in a tough position because he would have seen these guys over the last couple of years sign monster contracts. Time is up on those kind of contracts. People have realized they're not paying out, and he got stuck, and he's going to have to go for a contract resetting, or a contract that resets the market, but in a bad way. And it sucks for him, but I think he's going to have to be realistic about it, because there's another guy that also was a star there a couple of years ago, only Devontae Freeman. And sure, look, he's still on the street. He can't get work right now. It's just super competitive right now. And he's not going to get paid what he wants, so he might as well stay in New Orleans, where he has a fantastic job and a chance of winning a Super Bowl.
It's just such a weird story that I like how it just progressed so suddenly, right? Like, everything's fine in New Orleans camp, then suddenly Kamara's not here. Then it's suddenly, oh, we're trading him. And then now Wednesday morning, Kamara's not only back at practice, but he had a long talk with Sean Payton, the head coach, and everything's hunky-dory. It just feels like a bunch of stuff happened, and it maybe fully didn't get resolved. I feel like this is a story that might play out, and then by the end of the season, if things don't go the Saints' way, like if they get, I don't know, hoed in the playoffs again in the first round on a wild play, Kamara could be out the door and go to a team like, I'm calling my shot right now. I think he could end up on the Bucs next year if things fall their way. But I don't know. I just really feel like this might be their last hurrah for the Saints with both Kamara and maybe Breeze. Like, this might be their last year for a lot of their star guys.